Okay, guys, time for some more YouTube. I tell you right now, this is not going to be an exciting one about Canadian economy, real estate, or anything like that. It's going to be strictly about AI, particularly for business operations. So if you don't like that stuff, you should swipe away, click away, or whatever. Leave a like and subscribe before you go. But we gotta continue doing videos like this. As much as the other videos are fun, like talking about immigration in Canada. Everyone has a good time. When it comes to that conversation, we get the most clicks and comments and stuff. But we got to talk about business operations, guys. We got to mix it up with the indexing algorithms for search as well as large language model surfacing for AI inquiry into voice AI receptionists. So, um, again, if you think AI is dry and you don't like it, probably shouldn't be watching this. If you're still here, brace yourself. Let's get into it. So we've been putting together AI agents, robots, clankers for Canadian businesses, and it's becoming very apparent to me and business owners, like getting someone hired to do this very mundane and borderline, annoying work is it's a drag. It's having someone come in, want to do the work well, get them trained, especially if they're your top of funnel engagement, like phone calls to the company. You really want someone who's sharp and optimistic. And generally, hiring someone to do that, especially in the long term, especially after hours, early morning, it's just becoming unfeasible. Like people just don't want to do this work, and business owners are telling us that they have high turnover rates for receptionists, or they just don't have enough. Um, there's it's not fiscally sustainable to hire someone to answer calls for a couple hours a day and then have them not quit. So let's get into it. From phone tree IVR to talkback AI, why Canadian healthcare providers, manufacturers, and contractors are implementing AI receptions to prepare for 2026. So that was sort of the three sectors we got a lot of attention from in the last, I would say, last quarter. A lot of healthcare providers, geez, like we're really glad we did that healthcare campaign earlier on in the year because you guys came back. Manufacturers, of course, we're getting some very interesting use cases for manufacturers, and the contractors are coming in now because it's a little bit of their season with their own peak demand scenarios, so they're getting a lot of calls. Canadian businesses are entering a transition period where how customers discover, evaluate, and contact local services is being reshaped by AI. By 2026, companies that fail to modernize their inbound call experience will quietly lose demand to what competitors that do. And this is, I mean, this, you could look at this, but oh, it's the AI guy talking shit. This is true. Like we're noticing that those companies who have faster response times, quicker speed to lead engagements, they're just getting the business. Like it's the bottom line. People don't want to work or not want to work. A lot of them don't want to work, but people don't want to wait anymore. People would rather, get an immediate answer now from an AI that would continue with their engagement rather than just like leave a voice message for somebody you don't like that stuff. And it's terrible in Canada, guys. Like we called probably, I would say 80 to 90% of the clinics in Canada that we could find phone numbers for because we were just like, okay, healthcare needs us the most. And the majority of the clinics did not even answer their phones. And we're supposed to have a world class healthcare system here, guys. So it's really apparent to me that the operations that are being taken place in Canada right now, or the people that are trying to make those operations go, they're having a really hard time. And it's almost like AI is like the only thing they can do to satisfy those needs for calls, which is like, it's good. I mean, but we got to think to ourselves, how do we get to this point? It's like, oh God. So the problem is 40% of inbound calls never reach a human through these IVR systems or these phone trees where you press one, press two to go here. Legacy phone tree IVR systems introduce friction through multi-step menus. Callers abandon calls before resolutions due to wait times and press 1, 2, 3 complexity. Call abandonment is a standard call center metric and a direct indicator of lost revenue. And we got sources to everything here. If you're trying to figure out why we structure our content this way, it's because this is how large language models want to see the content. when they're serving up your business name as a service in conversations with potential customers. They want to see that you're doing a little bit of research here. We do a lot. Legacy IVR systems break the modern customer journey. IVR was built for call routing, not conversation. It captures little to no structured data. It creates dead ends instead of outcomes. So we just had a client um, essentially replace their IVR system. Hold on one second here. Hold on. I figured out that I could I could pause the recording and blow my nose. You guys don't have to see it. But we had one client just replace their system with an AI agent. She's transferring calls way faster, even answering inquiries that might not even need to get to a department. And it's generally a more liquid experience for their clients. So they're happy. We're happy that it worked. I mean, like I feel bad for some of these IVR systems because I see them getting phased out quite a bit over the next few years. I mean, I feel bad. Like what technological evolution? The guys who were building fireplaces probably got upset with electric heaters. So same thing. 2026 is going to change because people's purchasing journeys are changing. What's going on with my eye here? So purchasing journeys are changing in a way where human beings are interacting with AI assistants in the first step of their journey. So typically 95% of purchasing journeys start with a Google search. But now when you go to Google and you type in anything, the first thing that you see is an AI response. So those AI responses are the first touch points on a purchasing journey for human beings. And then the user taps on the number to call. Hopefully an AI receptionist answers because they got AI response from Google. Click on the number of the business to call. Instead of getting a phone tree or literally no one, they get an AI receptionist saying, "Hey, what do you want? Oh, you need an appointment? Book and confirm." So it's really apparent like people are elevating their expectation of what their purchasing journey looks like. And it's like as much as people fight AI, I don't like AI, slop, all that stuff, they love AI when it comes to helping them make an order, guys. We have a restaurant who is getting bursts of orders at a time. And normally those orders would not be answered because you can't have 4 or 5 people on the phone for 1 hour, 2 hours a day, and then that's it. But you can have an AI agent handle the peak demand hours for that restaurant, no problem. She just clones herself and answers the next call. So AI-driven queries are becoming the front door to local businesses. You know, the people are asking AI assistants for where the physiotherapists are, industrial equipment, electricians, all that stuff. They're asking into Google, which is an AI assistant essentially at this point. These queries are answered by chatbots and voice AI systems, not traditional search. So they go from AI chat to a voice AI conversation, even ChatGPT, and that leads them to an AI receptionist. All of those touch points have AI in their layers, and that makes the purchasing journey for customers a lot more seamless. And you're going to find customers or just human beings in general are going to naturally gravitate towards these experiences just because they're better. AI assistant surface of business. Users expect immediate conversational engagement. A voice AI receptionist becomes a seamless handoff, answering, qualifying, and booking in real time. Businesses without this layer experience drop off at the exact moment of intent. And you'll find this a lot with the IVR phone trees. It's like someone has some purchase intent to get you right now, and they have to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get the sales, and they don't get someone. That's probably going to be lost business. It's the bottom line. Like and it's so funny because like watching Canadians go through this transformation or this evolution of their business, it's really beautiful. It's just like you welcome to the 21st century, guys. You're using bleeding edge technology as opposed to like clunky press 1 to go 2 here, press 2. It's just so it's such a leap away from what Canadians know. I'm really looking forward to getting more of these installed for businesses. Honestly, like it's so apparent to me we need this stuff. Canadian organizations are still relying on IVR, though, including healthcare providers, manufacturers, contractors. In these sectors, it means lost appointments, delayed production runs, and competitors getting the job because you weren't fast enough on speed to lead. So the shift that's happening is implementing an AI receptionist today prepares your business for 2026. You capture every single lead inquiry, whether it's AI driven or SEO driven, converts abandoned calls into qualified leads, aligns your customer experience with global AI adoption trends, and positions your brand to be cited, surfaced, and trusted by AI systems. So someone's answering our phone number. If you call the phone number for peak demand, it's actually going to answer right away. Google can see that. And Google's gonna be like, hey, these guys are answering their phone literally right away every single time. Let's, make sure that more people see their phone number, so on and so forth. Obviously, if people are just directly booking us, if you guys need help with this stuff, just book us directly. You might not get me first call, but if you get to the point of a prototype, I'm definitely gonna want to see what's going on. What this article. So, if you want to get deeper into this article, we show you why legacy IVR systems are actively holding Canadian businesses back. Like, once we flip you guys off this stuff, you go crazy. AI receptionists outperform phone trees across industries. Real world results from earlier adopters. I think we might have some case studies brewing here. How to assess readiness with a free receptionist audit, like free reception. We'll look at your phone system and tell you what we can do. You can see what the legacy phone system, those IVR systems look like. It's a mess of routing and logic for flow charts and stuff like that. It's a mess, guys. It's not worth it. Modern AI receptionist, a liquid experience, natural language processing. It's insanely better, guys. I can't tell you how much better it is. The customers are just absolutely loving this stuff. Typical IVR experience looks like caller dials a business. Here's press 1 for sales, 2 for support, navigates multiple layered menus, waits on hold, reaches a dead end, hangs up for resolution. This is typically all of the IVR experiences, unless you get someone on the phone randomly. A lot of the times, though, the people we're routing to don't even answer their phones. It's like AI is really, really good for that. Approximately 38% of callers abandon calls when forced through these IVR systems, guys. That's huge, guys. Nearly 40% of people abandon the calls. Hidden cost of IVR is lost revenue, like almost no data quality because you're capturing no structured intent whatsoever from users. Low customer satisfaction and ongoing infrastructure costs. And then why Canadian businesses are implementing AI receptionists for 2026 is natural call handling, guys. The natural conversation is what you want to get. When you can have a natural conversation with the business and the routing is just like, hey, I want to speak to sales? And the agent goes, no problem, transferring you to sales right now. It's way better than hearing those menu options and pressing anything because you have to use your words. 24/7 coverage, lead happens before AI assistant decides who gets to recommend. Like all this information is extracted automatically from calls. And I won't go into too much more detail here. I want to just get the overview, but it's really compliance stuff, speed to market. Like we literally do all this stuff for you guys. Like you don't have to think when you work with our team. You just tell us, what do you want your robot to do? What sort of rules do you have for the things that you want her to say, not want her to say, maybe times a day? Like we just got a restaurant online, and his big concern, and God bless him, Robin, you are a leader in the restaurant space for AI adoption. Robin had a problem with an AI tool, and we wanted to try and help him, build something custom. He was just trying to take orders for his lunch and dinner times. It's like specials and stuff. He would get a burst of calls, and the tool he was using wasn't working. It's like Sadie something. I don't know, Hey Sadie, or wasn't comprehensive enough for his needs. You have to be able to switch specials, time, stuff like that. Agent has to be time aware. This is the challenge. Agent has to be time aware for daily specials and certain durations of hours in the day where the special will be on. So I looked at that. I was like, oh, this is a wicked problem to solve for. And we ended up tinkering with. I think we got to like version 120 or 121 of the agent iterations, and then she was starting to get all of the times right, all of the orders right, pricing, everything, and he was happy. Like he's on board now. He's got his agent working daily. I see her like literally taking orders when I wake up. I see the order she's taking, and it's just so fascinating to see. This small business owner, he's like, I just want to provide better service for my customers. Like we can't handle all the calls. We don't have the staff, or we don't have like even tell me, like in the restaurant space, margins are not the widest, so we need to be as tight as possible. I need a solution that I only literally have to pay for when the robot's working or when the AI agent's working. So we built it. She's working beautifully, and honestly, like it's those types of stories to me where I really feel like if you are a business owner and you feel like you're lost and you're using tools and you don't have the wherewithal or experience in tech to figure stuff out, just book a discovery call with us. Honestly, we'll show you what we're doing. Like it's, I can tell you right now, nothing's here is cheap, guys. If you're looking at me and my scruffy beard, my ripped shirt, and thinking you're gonna get a deal, like I don't buy clothes. So I save money for big stuff. But if you want an employee that's going to work for you 24/7 and literally never it never fail you, like I mean 99.99% uptime, but we tune them to a point where they just literally always work. I book a discovery call 13, no problem. And I'm really looking forward to 2026. I mean, Canadians, I think, are really waking up to the technology. They just need a helping hand, guys. Like, it's just so obvious to me that we don't have a lot of tech people in this country. We have tech people booking us to get help for voice AI. Like, they don't know what to do. And tech people, too. So, if you're a tech person, you're like, hey, I don't want to get into this, it's a literal another industry, which it is. Like voice AI is so nuanced that once you guys see our process, you'd be like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like it's so hard, guys. But you leave it with us. We chip away for weeks. Sometimes we got healthcare providers whose agents have been built for months. And once they get in the water, everyone's super happy. So I'm gonna leave it there. Keep this one under 20 minutes. If you like this type of content, hit like and subscribe. I literally just made this content for large language model servicing, so don't it's not so exciting, but really appreciate the like or subscription. If you don't like AI, you think what we're doing is bad for the economy or human beings or whatever, hit dislike, leave a comment. But I can tell you right now, the businesses that we're working with, they really do appreciate like what we're doing here. And you can't blame businesses for wanting to be more efficient. You can't blame them for using computers or using Microsoft Excel. That could have been someone's job at some point. But these businesses are now doing better and making more money, and I believe that that is going to be their gateway towards hiring more meaningful roles at the business that don't necessarily mean like answering phones and stuff like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next one, guys. Bye now.